today with bodacious woman Mary Foley, author, speaker, and woman that inspires women everywhere to live like their nail color. And before we really jump into talking about color, what I'd like is for you to tell us a little bit just about what you do.
Well, people ask me that all the time because the name of my company is Bodacious Ventures, and they go, what? And I say, well, listen, what I do is I really focus on inspiring women to be bodacious and live like their nail color. And what I mean by that is I do that by being an author and being a speaker, and I have a Live Like Your Nail Color club. So I have different forms, but the whole idea is to help women truly tap into their personal power, feel good about what they're doing, and have a lot of fun. I didn't wake up one morning and say, gee, I'm just going to live like my nail color. How can I multiply that and make a business out of it? It actually came from personal experience. I spent 10 years in corporate America working for America Online, and in that process going from an $8 an hour customer service rep to the head of corporate training for $12,000, I realized if I want to create the career I want, let alone the life I want, I've got to be more bold, more gutsy. I wanted to remain positive, and my rallying cry was to be bodacious. And so what happened is after I left AOL, and I was figuring out my next thing that I was going to do, one day I was getting my nails done, and I didn't normally do it then. Normally I had naked nails. And I said, this is a fabulous color. What is the name of it? And I turned over the bottle and it said Wild Berry. And I went, oh, I so want to live like my nail color. And that's truly how we want to feel, but things get in the way. And in my second book, Bodacious Woman, Outrageously in Charge of Your Life and Loving It, I open up with the story of living like your nail color, and it's just become a really popular phrase. When I started my company, Bodacious Ventures, and I was coming from a corporate background, I wanted to have some solidity and some oomph and some professionalism. So I thought, colors like a black and a white and a gray. And I went, I gotta have some color. I gotta have some punch. I gotta have some vibrancy. And the color red seems to be a great complement to those more, well, they're solid colors, but they didn't have life to them in the same way. So it was funny because I used to never wear red. And I used to really not be attracted to red, but I loved the contrast and the life and the vibrancy. So that's truly why I picked it. And I had no idea then that I'd get a red car and buy all these red clothes and, red shoes, but it's just been very fun. And of course, red nail polish. The live like your nail color phrase, it was amazing to me that I could use that phrase and almost every woman I know got it. Because even if she wasn't wearing nail color actively, whether your fingers or your toes, by the way, so many women know that there's these great, fun nail color names out there. I mean, they could reel off several of them, and the fun factor and the being alive and just loving life. Well, how do you take that feeling you want to create, and you want to create? And how do you create it? And so I really dug in more to what's the process of doing your nails, and I came up with these 4 steps of doing your nails and how to live like your nail color. I've come up with really understanding, even just changing colors of nail polish. Why won't some of us do that? And why are we afraid of color? And you get used to change, and it starts to be a lot more symbolic than just the fact that I have a splash of color on my nails. It becomes a lot more about my mood and being very deliberate about color I add to my life and what that means to me, and am I willing to take that risk and try an out there color I've never tried before, and what that elicits out of me and how I feel about myself. The idea of talking about the nail color and trying it was one thing a lot of women can relate to in their experience, but what I wanted to do was, instead of just talking, go beyond that and bring it to life. And so I developed these 4 steps of doing your nails that I often talk about in keynotes and in small mini workshops, and now Live Like Your Nail Color parties. And the idea, and I realized too that we've got to continue to do something physical, continue to do something in action to bring positive messages, positive people into our lives, keep that feeling, that upbeat feeling. And so I thought, it's a natural. I should be creating new nail colors, giving them fabulous names and not be dependent upon other manufacturers. And so I came up with this concept of combining being able to pick a nail color, give it a fabulous name, and an experience where women get reminded, take some time for yourself, fill yourself up with positive messages, and just be the one who's truly in charge of your life. And I really love the fact that I get to introduce new colors all the time.